Oh, thank you for joining me. Glad that you could make an appearance. Now, I know you're probably wondering why I've called you all here today. It's a very simple thing. We have a fantastic movie idea for you, alright? It's a movie, as you can see above me, as it's written in blood. It's called Lucky Penny.
Steven! I just want to go to prom!
Alright, so, Penny has a psycho boyfriend. Goes by the name of Steven. And it's a very toxic relationship, not good for anybody involved. But then Steven comes across an untimely demise, which Penny's out of it, right? Penny's good. But her friends, in their infinite wisdom, decide, what if we bring Steven back so that Penny can finally tell him off and tell him what he really thinks? And that doesn't go well for anybody involved, as it tends not to with zombies. So things get very, very, very messy after that happens. Steven! Steven, what are you doing? Steven, do you want to be rich? Do you want this story to be told? Back away. Go. Thank you. Goodness gracious. Some people. Anyway, so the rest of the movie is a slasher flick type thing where we see Steven in his undead body attempting to take the knife that just floated right in front of me and drive it through Penny and the rest of her friends' hearts. The whole idea is that Penny is going to try to escape with her life. Steven doesn't want to do that because Steven has been disturbed from resting in peace. While there will be plenty of actual slasher moments where we have, very tense things, think Michael Myers type thing, we're also going to have plenty of comedy in there because we want to make you scream and laugh at the same time. Think Zombieland, think Tucker and Dale versus Evil, Fear Street, Freaky, all that good stuff. We are trying to run where these people have walked, and that is the general plan for this movie. So, luckily, we already have some audio, visual, and lighting equipment. We have some hookups, but we want to get more. That's what some of the budget's going to be going towards, because we want to make sure that this is a very high-value production. We don't want it to be looking cheap. So we want to make sure we have multiple cameras, multiple audio setups, as much lighting as we possibly can. We would rather over-prepare than under-prepare like you do. We also would invest some of the money into more visual and audio effects, so that we could make this look a little bit more realistic, wouldn't be as dangerous, we would have some higher quality things, so that way it would be much less likely that we have some accidents happen like that, because we don't want anybody dying. We're not hiring Alec Baldwin. So, now we get to the 800-pound elephant/gorilla in the room, the awkward moment. We are once again asking for your financial support. I know, it had to come up eventually. But we're a bunch of broke college kids. We don't really have the money to bankroll it ourselves. Our current budget right now for this movie, we're aiming for is $35,000. It seems relatively steep, but like we said earlier, we want to make sure that this movie is as high budget production as possible. And that money is going to be going to all of our costs. We're going to be putting that towards, the equipment costs, promotional budgets, housing, food, pay for the actual actors, props, and of course the blood, because human subjects are so expensive these days. They don't seem to want to actually donate their blood more often than else. It's going to kids that are in trouble. I'm kidding, of course. It's going to be fake blood. It's going to be fake blood, don't worry. But anyway, so getting back onto the topic, we are going to be crowdfunding this as well. We're going to be looking at Kickstarter, a few other sites. We're going to hit up some other organizations that help out with small budget films, and we're going to be applying for some grants so that we can get a diversity of funds going into this movie. So, as you can see, we have a very detailed plan set out, and we believe this movie will be a rousing success, and this is your opportunity, with your financial backing, to help us make this even more of a success than we already think it could be. Now, obviously, since we are a movie, we have to take into account target audiences, because we have to be looking at who we're going to be targeting this to. So, the age group that we'll be looking at is obviously teenagers to young adults. Those tend to be the ones that show out for these horror movies. So, 18 to probably about 26, 27. Outside of that, if we're talking about psychographics or, behavioral graphics, I don't know the official word for it in all honesty, there's so many different things that we can bring up. I don't want to keep you here for 15 minutes, so I can't name them all, because in the end, this movie is so versatile. We bring so much to the table. Do you want to laugh? Boom, you come here. Do you want to cry? Boom, you come here. Do you want to scream? Boom, you come here. This movie is going to be bringing so many people to the table from so many different walks of life. It is incredible. So, we're about to wrap up here today. I just have one more thing to bring up, and that is the tiered structure of investment. Now, if you give us money today, or later on, if you go home and think about it, sleep on it, talk to the family, kind of make a business plan. We have a tiered structure on how we will be rewarding you for backing our movie. So if you give us $10, we will give you early access to the trailer so you can see exactly what you'll be looking at, exactly what it's going to look like before we release it on the internet. If you give us $50, we'll give you 4 tickets to an early screening of the movie when it's all said and done. And if you give us $100 or more, we will not only give you all those things, but we will give you, we will put your name in the credits so that everyone will know that you helped make this possible. So, that's all the time we have here today. As you can see, we believe this movie will be a rousing success, and if you help us out, we can make it even better. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a fantastic day.